If you're in the TV business, or really any type of media business, you're really in the audience business, because that's what you sell to the advertisers who make the programs possible. But increasingly, empowered consumers are starting to make a decision for themselves about when and where they'll watch, when and where they'll consume, how they want to store that programming, who they want to share it with, how they want to talk about it.
So the supply of video is growing rapidly, and that's measured by how much content is being uploaded to the internet.
Every month, there's more video uploaded to YouTube than all video that has ever aired on free TV in the United States. This is a staggering concept. Audiences' attention span will rapidly become the scarcest commodity that is out there.
One of the things that new media has made possible is for audiences to feel that they can move through the screen and affect the outcome of what they're seeing. So they can touch it in some way.
There is more power, but that power shouldn't be viewed in a scary way or in a negative way. It shows that consumers, viewers are willing to engage, to get involved, and through engagement and involvement comes loyalty.
The current transmedia trend, and what we've been doing also, is that you combine mobile, online and television experiences. And if you create a whole sort of ecosystem around your product for these different levels of engagement, it's going to be much more valuable both for you and for the audience.
Interactivity simply increases the level of engagement. It allows the programmer empirical data about the level of engagement.
Participation is basically about customer care of your fans. If you go over the threshold of being so engaged that you interact with something, you're going to champion it. It's going to be something that you care about much more than if you're just a viewer. And if you champion something, if you care about something, you're going to talk about it. And you can even, be willing to spread it more actively. If you get an email or Facebook or Twitter or whatever from a friend, you're likely to look at it and sort of say, okay, this might be relevant to me. But if you get a marketing spam from a network, you don't want that. So in a way, with the participating audience, it becomes permission marketing that you want. And if you are tapped into the audience, you can somehow, in different ways, steer that.
I think the way audiences communicate with channels has altered radically in the last few years, and I think that's a really good thing. I get ideas from viewers all the time. Why don't you do this? And actually, every now and then it's like, wow, that's a great idea.
I absolutely think audiences have more power than ever before in pretty much every arena. There's been this democratization of culture where as many interesting ideas are boiling up from the bottom as they are coming down from the top. So it's not that top-down is going away, it's just that bottom-up is becoming more influential.
I think that audiences are very powerful in terms of the directness of the feedback that they give to producers now. So the opening up of blogs, the opening up of chat rooms, those kinds of things has made it possible for us to at least try to understand the audience in ways that we never really did in the past. And we shouldn't be horrified when they start feeding back to us what they believe. They've always done that. It's just that they haven't had the democratic media that it's allowed them to tell us what they really think about what they're doing.
If it becomes truly engaging participation, not just clicking around on something, it can transform you. And that's going to challenge you and force you to look at yourself and look at the world around you. That's the sort of real value of interactivity, the fact that you as an audience member get to change as much as the characters on the screen.
It's entirely conceivable to me that you could create a current events program that would very much be a captivating show. It would galvanize people, and what you'd have is the most authentic thing possible, which is real people taking real action that changed the real world around them. You get the great reach of the TV show, and then you'd get the deep engagement of the web, and then you'd get an audience that was so motivated they actually went out and took action in their lives and actually walked around their towns doing something about it, and we're so passionate about that a small percentage of them actually share their stories back. That's a 360-degree level of engagement.
How powerful can an audience become? This movement of the audience towards the content will only continue, it seems to me, until content increasingly becomes made in a collaboration between the audience and the producer. That trend, I'm sure, will be the next big thing, when you and I make a show together.